Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are all doing well, and welcome back to our look at all of the new campaign exclusive units for the Greenskins in the upcoming rework. So these are units that won't be available in multiplayer. However, if you are playing campaign, these are units that are going to be answering your call to WAAAGH. So certainly very cool. And man, I have to say, if some of these units were in multiplayer, that would be quite a bit of fun. So the first one we're going to be taking a look at here is the glorious Lava Arachnarok Spider. Now this thing, I've actually had it in some of my playthroughs that I've been testing out with, and it is awesome. So if you look at its stats, it does poison and fire damage. So let's say you're facing like Vampire Coast or something, or one of those factions that has regenerating units, having that fire damage is going to be really awesome. On top of that, it does also do fire damage with its missile attacks, and the little goblins up on top apparently do fire arrows, which is quite neat. But what's really fun about this bad boy is it does have the Arachnaruption. I think I said that right. Might have gotten that the first time. So it does have 3 charges of this ability. So it bombards the area around the caster, and it ignores armor. So this is really powerful against factions like Dwarves and Chaos. You send this bad boy in, you use this. It's just an AoE bombardment. It ignores armor. And yeah, it's really good. So you send them in, you let them get surrounded, you pop this, and it just nukes everything around them. It is incredibly awesome. They do also have this ability, the Thermal Thorax, and you can see it's a constant ability around themselves. And it basically is a Mortis Engine effect. So it's constantly doing AoE damage. I guess if the Greenskins had this in multiplayer, it might be a little bit overpowered. It seems really good. I mean, what would Vampire Counts do against this? It would Mortis Engine down all their chaff, and yeah. But as far as the WAAAGH go, it's really helpful for like bunker busting sieges. You send it in first, you let it get surrounded. You can use like a Foot of Gork on it. You can use a Brain Buster. In the meantime, it's going to be doing AoE damage, and also is going to be doing a Mortis Engine effect. It's a really powerful unit, and yeah, I've been having a blast with this thing in my playthroughs. And there you have it, guys. That is the first one we're going to be taking a look at, the Lava Arachnarok Spider. And now, my friends, we're back with the next unit, which are the Armored Squig Hoppers. So these guys, as the title would infer, are basically just slightly more armored squigs, or squig riders. And they look really cool. I have to say, like, in terms of functionality, they're pretty good. I mean, getting the extra armor, I believe basic squig riders have like 35 armor. These guys are 55. That does help. But what's really cool is their aesthetics. I mean, these guys are awesome. I mean, look at the goblins with this like heavy armor on them. And the squigs have these like cool face masks. A really neat unit. Nothing that's like terribly like doesn't stand out super hard. But I mean, having extra armor and just a better variant of a unit that you probably will be using anyways is quite cool. So there is the Armored Squig Hopper. So you can see they're hopping around all happily. And now, my friends, we shall be taking a look at the next unit. And now, my friends, the next unit here on the list are going to be the Lava Spider Rider Archers. A bit of a tongue twister saying that one, but very colorful indeed. Now, these guys are really beast mode, though, for sure. Poison attacks and fire attacks with their melee attacks, fire attacks with their ranged attacks. But what's awesome is normally Spider Riders obviously aren't super proficient in melee, especially against like Dwarves in the early game. And I think that's one of the reasons why CA added units like this for the Greenskins in their WAAAGH mechanic. If you look, they actually have 27 weapon strength in melee with really good AP value. So they actually have 14 AP of their 27 damage. Not like really good, but still better than like Goblin Wolf Riders and General Spider Riders. That's quite nice for sure. These guys pack some AP in their punches, very helpful against the Dwarves in the early campaign. And again, aside from that, they're basically just Spider Rider Archers, 100 range, not the best missile damage, but a really cool unit to get in your WAAAGH for sure. Getting the kind of hybrid unit that does fire damage, poison damage, and also can do decent AP melee is really good. And also their missile damage, if you look here, 15 missile strength, it does have proportionally decent AP values. It's not like insane, but it's certainly not bad. So yeah, Lava Spider Rider Archers are a pretty cool unit to use, and they're also really badass looking for sure. I love the color here on these guys. So that is the next unit here, guys, and now it is time for a big boy indeed. So in conjunction with the Spider, I think that the Feral Wyvern is one of the best units that the WAAAGH has access to, the additional WAAAGH, I should say. So you can see 50 melee attack is really good. Poison, its melee defense is a little bit weak, but that's very common for monsters. But this bad boy has 110 speed, so it can hit and run, it can go snipe lords, it can chase down gyrocopters, and has great AP values and a massive charge bonus. I really do think the Feral Wyvern is very useful. And the Feral Wyvern is actually unique to WAAAGH. So WAAAGH gets this bad boy in his armies, or WAAAGH, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he gets a Feral Wyvern for his unique WAAAGH, but nonetheless, it's really, really powerful. And I think he has like a chance of getting more. I don't think it's exclusive to him in particular, but that's something I've only played through the first like 30 to 40 turns of the campaign with the new rework, so I'm not 100% sure, but nonetheless, the Feral Wyvern is a really nice addition to any WAAAGH. 110 speed, like I said, leadership isn't the best. It is a feral beast, so you got to be careful, but it hits really hard, very good against like armored characters and just going in for taking out casters and things like that. And the Feral Wyvern certainly will be very nice, and your glorious WAAAGH. So there he is in all his majestic glory. I really do wish that the Greenskins could bring him in multiplayer, but I guess I understand why they can't. So there he is. There's a Feral Wyvern. We'll see you guys in the next unit. So this one I actually wasn't expecting. Apparently the Greenskins in their WAAAGHs can get Feral Hydras. So these guys, of course, have the breath attacks, they have regeneration. It's pretty much your standard Hydra, nothing really spectacular here in terms of like compared to the Arachnarok Lava Spider or anything like that, but it has its breath attack, as another takes his place, as regeneration, causes fear and terror. It doesn't rampage. You know, I thought that they might actually make these Feral Beasts rampage, just so there's some sort of a downside for them, but nonetheless, I mean, that's really good. Getting a Hydra in your Greenskin army, you can't complain about that, and it's free real estate. Look at this guy, he's having a good old time. But not only do the Dark Elves have Hydras, but apparently the Greenskin WAAAGHs are going to be coming in with Hydras as well. And as far as I saw, the Hydras do not belong to any specific WAAAGH, like a Lord or a character. You can get them across the board. I think the WAAAGH actually depends on where you are. So in certain aspects of the map, if you're in like the mountains, I noticed when I called a WAAAGH with WAAAGH in the mountain range, I was getting Lava Arachnarok Spiders, I was getting more units kind of in that purview. Whereas when I was in other regions, I was getting like, you know, different types of units. So I think that's really what that is dependent on. Again, I can't confirm that, but that's my suspicion from playing the first 30 to 40 turns of the campaign. But the Greenskins coming in hot with the Feral Hydra. Quite a cool unit. And guys, now we'll see you on the next one. So you guys have seen these before. These actually aren't new, but I figured I would include them just so I can, you know, kind of give you guys a show of all of the different Greenskin campaign units. So this is a Super Squig. It's been around for a while, but nonetheless, it's pretty funny. It's kind of like a bloated corpse squig. It does have decent combat stats, I suppose, but it is explosive. This unit explodes, dealing damage to any units nearby. You can see apparently there's a volcano growing on this squig's head. Some fungus pressure, who knows, but nonetheless, it is the Super Squig, and I'm sure you'll be seeing him in my upcoming campaigns. And now, my friends, we're here with the last and probably the least significant of all of these units. It is the Spider Hatchling. So they've been around a while, but as far as the Greenskins go, they're not terrible. 76 speed, they can apply poison. Obviously, as you get to the mid or even the late early game, they're not going to be something you use terribly often. But the Spider Hatchlings are another campaign exclusive unit for the Greenskins. And that is it. So in summary, I really think the Arachnarok Lava Spider plus the Lava Spider Rider Archers are by far the coolest. They're just really neat. And Armored Squig Hoppers, if we take a look at these guys, I mean, just absolutely cool aesthetics for sure. I mean, seeing the Goblins with a little bit more armor really adds some flavor. And I already think Night Goblins look really cool, but yeah, these Armored Squig Hoppers are really neat. The Arachnarok Spider is by far just the coolest of all the units. Being able to have a bombardment and a Mortis Engine effect, man, imagine if the Greenskins got that in multiplayer. And of course, we have the Lava Spider Rider Archers, these guys looking quite cool as well. AP melee attacks, AP missiles, certainly quite neat. So there you have it, guys. A first look at all of the new campaign exclusive units for the Greenskins. If there's anything else you guys want to see pertaining to this early access, let me know. I'll do my best. And on that note, we will see you guys on the other side. And now let us go ahead and jump in and take a look at these units in action. So firstly, we're going to be sending in the Arachnarok Spider, the Lava Arachnarok Spider, as well as the Spider Rider Archers here to harass some of the Chaos Forces. So I have brought in some Forsaken, some Chaos Warriors, we have Prince Sigvald here as well, but mainly I just want to show you the bombardment effect of the Spider as well as the Mortis Engine effect in action. So let's get this party started, guys, and have some fun. So we're going to get the Spider Riders and go up and around the flank. We'll pull in the big Spider into the main engagement. Ideally, you want the Spider to be surrounded. You have to watch out. Its leadership is okay at 70, but it's not the best. It can go down somewhat quickly, but nonetheless, let's get these Spider Riders and start shooting at some of the Forsaken. Do a little bit of fast forwarding here just to get in position, and now we'll start shooting at these guys. And you can see also the fire arrows coming from the top of the Spider is pretty cool. And the Forsaken should take some pretty heavy damage from the Spider Rider Archers. It's not bad at all. I mean, considering they have some decent AP values on there. So now you see the Mortis Engine is in effect. The Warriors of Chaos are going to be getting drained pretty hard. And yeah, it's just like your typical Mortis Engine effect. So let's let them get surrounded a little bit more here if we can. I want to get them like right in the center mass of something. The Spider Rider Archers can keep trolling. We'll get the Armored Squig Hoppers to go into those Chaos Warriors here, and we'll get the Feral Wyvern there as well. So now the Spider is a little bit surrounded. Let's go ahead and use the bombardment. So here it comes. So you can see like a lava. Oh, that's so cool. And then a kind of a piercing bolts type effect comes down. And it did some pretty good damage. It was able to melt some of the Chaos Warriors here and some of those other troops. But more importantly, where you really shine with this bad boy is going to be in the Mortis Engine effect. So we'll put them on auto kite here. And the Armored Squig Hopper is going to be jumping in and feasting on the souls here of these Chaos Warriors. You can see their attack animation is pretty much the same. And the Feral Wyvern is going to be slamming in here, dropping the base for sure. Yeah, mulching on some of those guys, no doubt. So yeah, we'll pull the Spider back. It does have 150 armor, more or less the same defensive capabilities of an Arachnarok Spider. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same. Forsaken being kited out, but now you can see actually if we go into melee, so we'll pull these guys into melee here and charge in, you'll see the AP values on these units aren't bad. So immediately the Forsaken actually takes some pretty substantial shock damage. We'll take them off skirmish mode, we'll get Skarsnik in here, and should be fun. All right, Squig Hoppers get in there. And yeah, the Forsaken go down really quick. These guys are actually really, I mean, if they were multiplayer, they would be like a hands-down common pick. You would have to. But you can see how fast they actually break those Forsaken. I had some really good success. I was playing in the early game with WAAAGH, and I was using those Spider Riders against the dwarves to the south, the Karak Kadrin and some of their Longbeards, and they're actually able to like really isolate dwarf warriors and Longbeards and take those units out. And the Feral Wyvern, of course. Let's go ahead and see if we can find Sigvald. Yeah, he's running over here, so we'll get the Wyvern to go after him, and you guys can see some of the damage output. The Hydra, I mean, I just brought the Hydra just in case, but there's not really any point to really show it. And yeah, you can see the Armored Squig Hopper is a little bit more durable against the Chaos Warriors. The Mortis Engine effect from the Spider is draining these nearby troops. You can see in the tooltip down here, if you look at the Chaos Warriors, they do have the Thermal Thorax, causing perpetual damage. I mean, it's such a cool thing. And the Feral Wyvern just manhandling Sigvald. No surprise, pretty much everyone can beat up on poor Sigvald here. And yeah, we'll pull some of these guys in as well. And Sigvald should be afflicted with army losses relatively soon, as the Lava Arachnarok Spider is able to get some good value there, and Prince Sigvald is going to be sent to the Shadow Realm from whence he came. Alright guys, so that will conclude the video for today. Hopefully you enjoyed getting to see some of these units in action. You got to see the Lava Riders, as well as the Lava Arachnarok Spider, Feral Wyvern, all kinds of cool stuff. Anyways guys, thank you so much for joining, and we will see you with more good times soon. Cheers guys.